Italian football then back with a bang. What a 48 hours we have in store. It's the two second legs of those Coppa Italia semi-finals. Starts tomorrow. Juventus taking on Milan. One apiece going into the second leg. Gab and Ali still with me. Gab, boom! Brilliant.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Who'd have thunk it, huh? Look, they want to get the Coppa Italia out of the way. They're going to get the postponed matches out of the way. That's going to be the first match day on the 20th. And it comes as an important time. For Maurizio Sarri, it's a chance to advance to the final and obviously, hopefully win his first piece of silverware in Italy. So some people will get off his back. For Milan, it's been a really, really bumpy ride, but you know, they still hold their destiny in their own hands. And they'll be without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which is obviously a big loss, without Theo Hernandez as well. But now we really see what Stefano Pioli can do.
What are you expecting, Ali, from a player's perspective? We've seen some take a couple of weeks to get things going. In this sort of situation, you really want to be hitting the ground running.
Yes, you do. And I think this actually plays into the hands of Juventus. The reason I say that is because usually a semi-final of a Coppa Italia, as much as you want to get to the final, as much as you want to win the competition, Juventus, they would be trapped in terms of, okay, we're looking at the league. We're looking at Champions League. There's a bunch of games around this, and now we're going to have to prioritize and make a decision as to what is it that is most important for us. Well, in this case, there's nothing more important. This is it. This is the one game that you've been looking forward to. Your preparation goes into this. You have all your focus into this. And while you may have some concerns as to what the fitness of your players are going to be, well, Milan has those concerns as well. And so I think it really comes down to the execution on the day and the quality of players that you have available. I can see a game in which Milan is going to try to crowd the midfield, put a whole lot of numbers around the ball, make it difficult and frustrating for Juventus. And I don't think that's going to bother Juventus. I think they're going to expect that sort of matchup. And in the end, it's going to be all about the quality of execution in the final third. And when you look at the players available for both teams, there's no question that Juventus should be the favorites going into this match.
Gab, normally, obviously, I'll say, what in particular are you looking forward to from this game? But the fact that it's a game is the big thing, isn't it?
No question about it. I mean, just seeing football back in Serie A, obviously, or in Italy anyway, obviously the first country to shut down because of the pandemic. That gives everybody a boost. I agree with Ali. Obviously, the Juventus are favorites. What I would say, though, is we're really in uncharted waters. We don't quite know how teams are going to react, obviously, to the absence of fans. And I wonder if the whole fitness side of things is going to play a part. In other words, you know, players who are bigger, stronger, heavier sometimes take a longer time to get fully match fit. And I wonder if maybe as a result of that, Milan may have a small edge in that department. Whether it's going to be enough to overcome Juve, I agree with Ali. I think it's going to be tough.
Meanwhile, 24 hours after that, Napoli against Inter, Gab.
Yeah, now Napoli thought, whoa, here we are. You know, we won away at the San Siro. We're gonna have our crowd behind us. In fact, that's not going to be the case. I think what's changed about Napoli compared to when they last played is that the club is now a little more stable. A lot more of the question marks that were there after Gattuso took over, after the whole business with the contracts and the uncertainty. I think they're just more used to the situation now. They're a bit more of a unit. Inter have taken advantage of the situation to try to get more of their players fit. Obviously, there's the Lautaro business in the background. I think Inter are a better side, and I think they can get a result. But remember, they got to go there, and they have to win. And I think that's going to be a tall order. So in terms of who's going to advance, I would still lean towards Napoli.
It's tricky, isn't it, Ali, to get any sort of prediction because it is a bit of a lottery because, as Gab says, you don't really know what's been going on over the last couple of months.
And if we've learned anything from watching the Bundesliga, we also notice now that really home field advantage is not really quite so. And while I think it would have been difficult for Inter to go into Napoli and win this match had the stadium been packed and had the atmosphere been what we would have expected it to have been, Well, now I think that has changed. As for what happens on the field, it's also going to be critically important, not only for what happens in the second leg of Coppa Italia, but for what happens also for Inter as they close out the season and their aspirations as to what this year should be in Serie A. What they do with Christian Eriksen, and how does Antonio Conte fit Christian Eriksen into the whole mix, into the puzzle? Is he the guy that is going to be the difference maker with his ability to find passes in that final third, but he's going to have the freedom to be able to float around in and out of spaces? Or is he going to be asked to do a defensive job as well? I think solving what Christian Eriksen is to Inter will determine a whole lot as to what this team becomes in the next couple of months.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.